Alright, I'm recording. I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I get good LP gains because I peaked like 1.1k LP last season, so my MMR is really good.
Mm.
But something I noticed that I feel like you struggle with is like
Mhm.
when there are players that are like really good in your game, you struggle really hard. Like
Yes.
when there's like pro players that are really fucking good because they don't do the normal solo queue shit, and then
Yeah.
you can't do your thing. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like every time I see you struggle, it's in those games. Like when you're playing versus fucking randoms, you do good.
Yeah.
But then like, um, here for example, right? You didn't have much impact, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not doing that much, and you have me in mid lane, and then you have Deadly in bot lane. Like, um, here you play against me. Uh, here you have Reckless on your team.
Yeah. This was the game where I had no clue what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean you still did fine. Like, I mean, what's most important is that you realize that it's solo queue, right, and that people will do mistakes eventually. So if you
Hmm.
just stay alive and don't fucking int it and farm and cover ganks and do ganks, then you will win. And I mean, you are in Challenger Grandmaster, so you can't win every game.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're already handicapping yourself enough by playing Shaco, but you know you're doing fine. It's not something to worry too much about. Like,
Hmm.
it's you're gonna lose some games in high elo. That's just
Yeah.
how it is. Can't win all, but we can always improve. So, what made you wanna do this game?
Um, I don't know. I feel like this game was a game I played well. It's not like the best game I've played. I made many mistakes as well in this game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I think I like this game for some reason.
All right. Well, what are you thinking here when you see like this loading screen?
So I'm thinking, like the first thing I think about is which lane can I gank early.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's the top lane matchup, Casio versus Rise, right? I can't really gank top
Isn't
lane.
isn't it Cassiopeia bot lane? I think it's
Oh yeah, my
Cassio
bad.
bot lane, no?
Yeah, it's Lucian against
Yeah, it's Lucian
Rise.
Rice. It's Lucian Rice top.
So it's very hard to gank top lane. So I try to focus on mid lane early. That's against Vel'Koz. I think we can easily try to get an early kill.
Mm-hmm.
And then like bot lane is pretty nice to gank too. So like the game plan here was like start at red, try to gank mid lane and move towards bot lane.
All right. Well, if I'm you this game, right? Like just looking at
Yeah.
this, top lane will probably play really aggressive, but he will have no setup. So if you're
Yeah.
going to gank top lane, it is gonna be in the sense of a counter gank, right? So we're gonna
Yeah.
write a C here, because as Shaco, especially early game, it's hard for you to engage into this gank because Lucian is not gonna be able to
Yeah.
set you up, right?
Yes.
So only way you're gonna be able to do something here is if you're counter ganking, which
Mhm.
Shaco is pretty good at because you deal a decent amount of damage if you get onto somebody and you have Ignite and Hill of Blade, so you're
Yeah.
quite strong. So you guys can probably do a 2v2 top if you counter. But if you're
Mhm.
the one engaging into it and then Ryze flashes away and then Lee Sin jumps on you, then you're dead.
Yeah.
Jungle matchup, especially when he has Resolve, it's really hard, right? Like you can't really beat him unless he jumps into your box.
Mhm.
So we're gonna write 1v1 and then do like that because we are not
All
looking
right.
to fight him. Mid lane, sure, you can play for the Zed. I wouldn't want to do it early on because Zed will most likely be very low and pushed in all the time. And
Mhm.
Vel'Koz, I don't think that he should ever die if he has Brain because he has Flash and he has Barrier.
Okay.
So it's like, most likely Vel'Koz will just push and be annoying, and then again, then it's Lee Sin that can counter gank, you know?
Mhm.
Basically, this top matchup is the mid matchup for Lee Sin.
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
way that you would play top lane is how he would play mid lane. Make
Okay.
sense?
So the best thing would have been to start at blue, move towards top side, and then counter gank Lee.
The best thing is either you counter top or you gank bot. Because listen to this bot matchup, right?
Mhm.
Senna, Tahm Kench. What's most likely going to happen here is Tahm Kench is either going to start Doran's Ring or Doran's Shield, and then Senna is going to start support item. And then Senna
Mhm.
is not going to farm, and Senna is just going to poke and bully. Okay, I don't know how long ago this game was.
It was
14.
I think.
Okay, well maybe she will farm. I don't remember exactly when people started doing this, but yeah. Anyways, with Senna, generally speaking, especially when she's against a melee support like Nautilus,
Mm-hmm.
usually he will be playing extremely aggressive. This Senna.
Yeah.
You have a great amount of setup in bot lane. So
Yes.
if I'm you, bot lane is where I would try to do something early on.
Mm-hmm.
Bot lane or counter top. Once Zed is level 6 and can start moving from his lane and stuff, that's when I would start to try to play for him. Because if you can make him be able to move and roam, then he can help you on your ganks in bot and top.
Okay.
Just let me know if you have any questions, by the way.
Yeah.
So your red side, right? So for example, if you want to do something top, right, then starting bot side and pathing towards top is the correct choice.
Mm-hmm.
But since we are wanting to play for bot, generally speaking here, then doing just a normal start is gonna be nice. Issue is that, you know, in high elo, every, like, let's say 1 out of 3 games, your Raptors gets invaded probably.
Yeah.
At least if you're playing against me, I will always fucking invade your Raptors.
Yeah,
It's
like
so funny.
I thought, like the last 2 times I played against you, I started at blue always, and I thought this time you wouldn't do shit at my red, so
Yeah, I
it
mean,
didn't work. But
when you're playing versus Shaco players, they will know how to beat you.
yeah,
So it's like your early game is really fucked when you start Raptors and get invaded. So it's
Yeah.
a bit of a flip, but you know, it's not bad to start blue this game, because you could just start blue and then do this and then red and then counter top. Just know
Yeah.
that you're top to counter it.
Yeah.
Make sense? You are not top to gank it. If Ryze stands here, sure, then you're there to gank, right? If Ryze is here, you're not looking to gank, unless you know for a fact that Lee Sin is like around mid or bot, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
if you go on that Ryze here, and then Lee Sin comes, you're just fucked. You're there flashless, and you just die.
Mhm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
The reason, usually, if you're playing something like Elise, you would do blue, Gromp, and then red, and then counter or gank. But since you're playing Shaco, your first clear is really, really fast, so I'm pretty sure that you can afford to take wolves as well.
Yes.
Especially because you're looking to counter gank. You're not looking to gank there and be there before the Lee Sin.
Mhm.
Make sense?
Yep.
So doing this, you avoid getting invaded on your Raptors, you can help your top lane early on, and then you can just start pathing to bot afterwards. But it's important that when there are so snowballing matchups in top lane, like Lucian, Ryze, Renekton versus Riven, and these kind of things, that paying top lane 1 or 2 visits early game can do wonders, because it's super, super snowballing. If Ryze gets left unpunished versus a Lucian, and Lucian starts falling behind, that champion will be beyond useless.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes.
So yeah. Do you remember what you did this game?
I did gank mid lane
Okay.
after I cleared my red side.
And did it work?
Yes. But I think just because, like, he flashed. Zed flashed. I should not have ganked mid lane.
Yeah, I want to see how the fuck it works, because it sounds a bit strange. Isn't it better, by the way? Like, there is... I mean, I guess it's maybe like 1 second faster placing the box like this.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like, I guess this is maybe 1 second faster doing this, but I place it here and it doesn't hit the red, like it around here. Something like this. And then I place box here and they fare into each other, but I guess you're gonna place the next box like here or something.
Yes.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. You start Talisman and Anal Bead, it's good.
This is really, really unlucky.
Yeah,
like,
it's fuck. Why does this happen, by the way? It happens to me sometimes too as well.
It's so
Just-
random.
yeah,
I think
it's so random.
It has something to do with the tick rate or something.
It's
I don't
so
know.
stupid. Like, this actually fucks you over a lot. Because now the issue is, the only way you can ever gank top early now is if you do after Krugs, you know?
Yeah.
Which isn't bad if Lee Sin shows bot side. Then it's fine, because then you can take his top side as well. But if he ends up going top side, then it's a bit awkward.
Yes.
Because then you're really far behind on the clear, and you end up being bot side, and your top laner has to play 1v2 for like 2 minutes.
So here I noticed like top lane is pushing in,
Mhm.
and there's no way of ganking, so
Yeah.
I just moved towards
And I mean,
it.
this we could know in loading screen, right, that this is what's going to happen in this top matchup.
Mm.
And that is why you should right now be on like wolves. Because
I think I was seeing Twitch chat or something.
then if it does get ganked, right, then see, like Lee Sin's here now, you'd be able to be there, and then he could bait the gank, and then maybe you guys can get the kill.
Yeah, this shit is working for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, he just, instead of going to ward now after he pushed, and he flashes into the box. Yeah, I mean, like, this is fine. Like, what I meant, right, in loading screen is like what you want to play for. The thing about being a good jungler, right, is adapting on the spot. Right, this is fine gank, because this, you spent no time doing this.
Yeah.
You know? I just don't want you to go into the game with the mindset of, I'm going to camp mid this game.
Yeah, that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Like, you are going to camp mid when Zed is 6. When Vel'Koz has no sums, right? When there are, like, a reason to do it, right? Here, it just happens to be that this guy is a monkey right here. So this is fine. You're pathing down to bot side anyways. Lee Sin can't counter, he's top. So, it's completely fine. Just, if I'm the Vel'Koz here, after I crash the wave now, I just go on ward. Or I can even recall now for Doran's ring. Like, here, he should just run away.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
weird.
But he's really bad, you punish, it's good. And it takes you no time. So even if this doesn't work now, right, you don't waste time, because you're going to end up being on the side of the map you want to be anyways. Only thing here that I think is a bit trolled by you, right? Remember the Elise path that I said, right? The blue, gromp, red. That's 99% of the time what Lee Sin has done here as well. Okay. So right now his Raptors and Krugs are up. So it makes no sense now when you know that he's topside, and you can fuck him really hard here, because this is gone, this is gone, this is gone, right? Normally, when junglers do shit like this, right, then you're playing as well against something like Jarvan or Elise that doesn't really want to clear AoE camps early.
Yeah.
So usually he would go and take your Krugs now, while trying to gank the Lucian.
Yeah.
But, since you're playing Shaco, you have taken Krugs, so he can't actually farm anything. So, Lee Sin is stuck topside, and then you can take his Raptors. Because there's no punish. Who the fuck can punish you taking Raptors?
Yeah.
Nobody, right?
I think I didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't. You just ran away. And that's really, really troll. Because he's now ganking top, and he should get punished for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as well, if you see that this is the play you want to do, you can just move through their jungle. You know? Like right now, it's faster if you just move through their jungle. Look. Like now. Move like this. Right? There's no threats. Why do you choose to go this way instead of this?
I don't know.
Because, like, of course, if Lee Sin, if we don't know where he is, right, then it makes sense to go down river. But you do know where he is, right? Your top laner is going to die to a gank now, right? Which sucks, of course. Fuck, our teammates died, but at least we can turn it into something good, right?
Yes.
Of course, it's gonna be like, you know, quote unquote good, because it's of course still not worth it that Lee Sin gets a kill and we only get Raptors or something, but it's better than nothing, right? Same as you go in bot now. It's not bad because you're all inning. The issue is just you're pathing, and now if they weren't all inning, you would end up going to your blue, right?
Yes.
So then Lee Sin's gank would be unpunished. And that's the issue, because this shows that you weren't thinking about it. Because right now, you could be queuing right now. You know? You could be already, like, right here. Queuing over. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, what's up, bitch? Yeah. Alright, where did Lee Sin go? Alright, Lee Sin just killed. Right, this you have to pay attention to, because this will let you know what you're doing next as well. Good. Pushing this is good. Lee Sin stays topside. Your room, you can't do much more.
Yeah, I don't have mana, I can't really follow up.
You can't, it's fine. But you are going back in. This is really troll. But it looks like nah, it's not gonna work. I would be really tilted if this worked. Because it's so bad for you to stay. But it's gonna maybe work. No, it's not. Okay, good. But oh, okay, thank God. But they just choose to win trade.
Nah, this is a bit of a fiesta now. But
Yeah, and now like you had such a big lead over Lee, but now you don't basically.
so right now I want to clear the scuttle and re-engage on bot lane.
Yeah, but that's what you should have done, because like look now, right? When the wave was like this, look now, right? Now it's going to push back into you. Cassiopeia will not be able to crash this. There's no way. He will never be allowed to. Right? This guy will just kill it. This guy will just kill Cassio if she tries to push. So it's like, you don't even wait until she commits. Like, as soon as you see that she, like, if you're gonna do this, this has to work. Otherwise, you are fucked.
Yeah.
Because you need to understand, what am I giving up doing this? You're giving up taking the scuttle 30 seconds faster, right? Etc, etc. Okay, so we need this to work. Well, if we draw some pockets here now, if Senna is in this pocket, do we kill her?
Nope.
No, because we can't queue from here to here, right? We have to queue now to here or to here, and then we have to walk.
Yes.
By the time we get on her, we're gonna be revealed soon. So there's no way we kill her, because she's also gonna get to run away. So we need her to like pass this line, right?
Yes.
So if you need her to actually commit, why don't you wait for her to actually commit? Because look, she hasn't committed yet. See? She hasn't passed that line. She just used her auto and her Q. Like, she is not gonna kill the Cassio yet. So now there's no way you kill, and now you're Now you're fucking useless. You hit her a little bit. Tom eats. Right? So now, during all this time, Lee Sin is clearing camps, etc. Meanwhile, now you should be done with Crab and ready to come now. If you're gonna, you know.
Yeah.
But main thing is, if you are gonna go for things like this, be patient. Understand when you should actually go.
I think my biggest problem is I'm too scared something will happen, and I want to react instantly. So I just waste so much time doing stupid stuff.
You see, now he's here. Hello, listen. Shit. Good. You're getting really good with F keys, though. I like it.
Yeah, I'm getting like as soon as you said it last time, I just used it.
Yeah,
you actually get.
It's really good. Like, I watched some of your VODs, and it's really nice. Just shit like this, right? Like now, just understand when you're trying to gank this now, like, it hurts you really hard. Like, you need to base Tiamat.
You're wasting so much time again.
Yeah. And shit like this will hurt you a lot in high elo. But it's more about understanding what will happen now, right? Just pay attention to the way when you're doing these F keys, right? Let's see if you do it again soon now. Right, so this is now gonna crash under Cassio, right? So then only way this works now is if they remain inside of here.
Yes.
Okay. So if they don't remain inside of there, why do you bother when you have such a good base available? Because if you try to gank this now and then you don't get the base, well, then again, your lead doesn't matter. You have a lead over Lee Sin right now, but you need to get it. Look, they are not remaining inside a position, and you're trying to force something. This is super bad, because now, right, like, you spend so much time doing this, right? It might work because Nautilus might Q or something, but looks like it doesn't. You just end up wasting a lot of time doing this.
Yeah.
Because you have to play for percentages, right? And chances. Like, what's the high percentage play? Because the thing is, in solo queue, there's always gonna be things that happens, right? And there's gonna be a guy that just randomly trolls and stuff. But when you're now ahead and you have a lead, you have to use that lead. You don't use that lead by hoping that the play you do works, right? The game you just played is a good example, right? This game, when you see that I'm doing really good, my bot lane is doing really good, everyone on my team's doing good, you're the only one carrying, that's the game where you say, ah, fuck it, I have to try something. You know? That's the game where you say, okay, well, there's like 30% chance I kill Veigar here, but if I kill him, it's really big. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you make those decisions. But at this point, right? At this point here, you've already done really fucking good. You just killed Senna. You just killed enemy mid. Zed is winning now. Right? Life is good. Lee Sin only got 1 kill top. Okay, bot wave doesn't crash. That's a bit unlucky. Not much more you can do. Now, go take the crab. Get your mana back up. Right? Okay,
Yeah.
then you choose to do this. Understand this is really bad if it doesn't work. So you need it to guarantee work. But then you go in too early. Right? You don't actually let her overextend.
Mm-hmm.
Then you guys try to brute force crash it, which will never work. Tahm eats. Just complete waste of time. And then even then, you don't really get punished yet, because Lee Sin is not that good. So, another thing is here, you have 2 out of 2 wards. You should be warding here right now for your bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lee Sin could just run straight bot side and then try to gank them, if he wants to. Now you take this, which doesn't get punished, which is really nice for you. Then you just sit again, wanting to do something bot. Like, look, Cassiopeia is in base right now. Right? It just doesn't make sense why you would want to force now. Remember, where can Lee Sin possibly be? Right? He is top now. Right? He ganks top lane. We know this because he started red. He did 3 camps. He shows top. Right? He can't be anywhere but bot lane now. Unless he legit took all top camps and reganks top.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't make sense because Lucian's under tower right now. Right? Like, look. Unless he's diving Lucian now, then he has to be bot. So it makes no sense now when Cassiopeia gets to base and use the lead that you guys just got. Cassiopeia is purchasing right now, her lead. Why don't you use that time to clear your jungle? This is the time you have to farm as a jungler. This is when you either recall or farm jungle. I don't get why you want to try to force now. It just does not make sense. Doing Gromp here instead of blue is really good. Because Lee Sin can't come here to contest. At least it's not as easy for him. And then here you see the wave is crashed under tower. Right? You need to recall at some point as a jungler. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You could, like, of course, it's always this risk when you're playing jungle. And there's always this risk that if I recall, there's gonna be a guy that fucking dies. Sure. There's always gonna be that risk. But it's the percentage of how can that happen, right? Sure, it's like 10% chance now that they just randomly fight and then they die.
Mm.
But then if you end up recalling, let's say 30 seconds or 1 minute later, 1, it's a worse recall because you got your spike later. 2, you may have actually left them in a more dangerous position. There's not a better time as a jungler to recall than like this. The only time it's like better is like right after you guys kill them and crashed wave. That's like the only other time that it could be good. So here, right here, it just makes no sense when your AD carries in base TPing back to lane while you're trying to gank here in this huge wave.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Then here now, when they're farming under tower and enemy bot is not in that pocket that they have to be in order for you to kill them, you're still trying to force it. When you can simply just base. Right? Nautilus is pinging you. Right? You should recall right now and look at bot lane. If you see that they're standing there trying to harass under tower, then you go. But if not, you have to take the recall. But you go anyways. That's the issue, because you just got pinged, so you just go anyways. Make sense?
Yep.
Nice, I like this. This is something I realized you started doing after, like, the first coaching. Like, normally you'd go blue now into wolves. But here you do the normal camp into blue. Because the correct call now is to go to bot side. But you also need to get jungle camps. And if you go blue into wolves, then it's really awkward to go back to bot.
Yep.
It's fine to go now because Zed is roaming. If Zed was still mid, then you would go blue first. Oh my god, is Faker on Zed or what?
He was posting his YouTube channel all the time.
Yeah. Again, play with waves, right? For this dive to happen on the Tahm, what needs to happen to the wave?
Needs to crash.
Yeah. So why don't you take Krugs meanwhile? Then you get level 5, right? You do 2 things at once. Well, they are crashing. Do you need your smite for the dive?
Nope.
No, you don't, right? So why don't you take Krugs now, kite them to like here, and while these guys are crashing the wave.
Yeah, I'm impatient.
Yeah, then Lee Sin goes down, right? Like 150 gold or something, plus EXP. And then you go up. And then you are happy.
Yep.
And then he is very sad. Right?
Yeah.
Instead, you just sit here and watch. Right? Like, it's so pointless. Again, wasting time. Because now when the dive is actually, like, possible, right? Now you haven't done Krugs. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm all for diving him. I don't mind. I don't mind diving him. It's good to dive. The issue is just you should see. Right now, we can't dive him right now. The wave has to crash. Take Krugs meanwhile. And then the Krugs would be done. Like, around now, you'd smite and kill them, and then you dive.
Yeah.
Said you waste time. And this is even worse, by the way. To go for this than Krugs. Like, just go Krugs now. Because there's no point, right? Like, even though it's the same amount of gold, quote-unquote, you getting 40 gold is nothing when there is 100 plus gold there plus EXP. Plates does not give EXP, and sharing 40, 40, 40, right? It's less worth than doing 60, 60. Make sense?
Yep.
The chance of you guys getting to buy an item because you got this 40 gold is less than one of these guys getting it because 60, right? Or in the sense of one plate, 120. Like, this is really waste. Because not only does Lee Sin potentially get Krugs, you don't get them. It actually baits Zed actually as well to stay. Like, Zed should just recall now. And he wants to stay for the plate. And your champ is so fucking shit. You have to take honey fruit to clear your jungle. It's so sad, your champ.
I said it from the beginning, his clearing speed is so bad.
It's so cringe how a champ can have bad clear speed and then not be like, you know, fucking Elise clears a lot better than you, and then she does everything you do early game but better. She just doesn't have an invis, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah, here Nautilus trolled me.
Oh no! Oh fuck.
Like, at this point I started hating this guy. Look what he does next.
That's a bit unlucky. European supports. It do be like that sometimes. But you do have to do a bit more though, right? Like, you have started doing the F keys, which is good, but you have to press tab a lot more. Like, I don't know what fucking items enemies have. Like, I don't know what is happening even. You know, like you just don't press tab for some reason. There we go. Because it's important, because like, does Vel'Koz have Seekers, right? Does Zed, does Lee Sin have Ninja Tabis? What does Senna have? Right? Is Lucian close to Spike? How behind is Lucian? Right? If you see now at 8 minutes and 30 that Lucian only has a D-Blade and Longsword, that means he has like 1k plus in his pocket and he needs a base. Maybe look to help him. Make sense?
Yes.
Here I think you troll really hard again. So, right, we can know where Senna is. So Senna right now is here, right? And then she backs off there, right? So now, Senna will be back in lane in 30 seconds, right?
Yes.
So, how much seconds does this skip? 10. 10, 20, 30. She's gonna come now. It is way more worth it, by the way, to kill them than doing this. Just saying.
Okay.
The first 2 drakes are pretty fucking irrelevant, especially the mountain. Do you know how much armor and MR this one is gonna fucking give you?
I don't know, like 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna give you 2 or 3. Right? So it's really pointless because you know that these guys are going to be able to get killed here.
Mm-hmm.
You can basically place a box here right now in case they start
Mm-hmm.
running up here or some guy tries to counter, and then you just go like for example here, right?
Yes.
And you just sit there. You can also stand here, and then if they ward here, then it doesn't even spot you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will run here, these guys will push, and then you just kill them again. And they can't play the game then. And that's worth so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Because they will lose 2 waves again, and it'll be completely unplayable for them.
Yeah.
And that is worth way more than what this dragon is. The only time you should go for like dragon now is if these guys aren't able to kill. Right? And that is again why you have to look at items. Right? Like if this guy's now needs to base or something, then you don't want to force them to stay for a dive. But look at their items. Like I don't know if it's good now to dive.
Mm-hmm.
But like if Cassiopeia now has her tear already and she has a bit of AP and stuff, she can stay, it's fine. Like look, they get to crash the wave, this is easily diveable. And they even ping it. Yeah, Nautilus even pings it, he wants it. So see, they wanted it. And it would be so good. You just dive them before they get to the tower, and they just die. With no counterplay.
Mm-hmm.
You should this dragon should be like your last option, you know?
Yeah.
If the dive isn't possible or the dive is bad, then you do this.
And here, I wanted to wait for the Velkos to, I don't know. I should have queued a bit earlier, but
yeah.
I wouldn't have clicked them anyways.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think you are doing the wrong pathing. I don't get why you do defensive pathing when you can just go to their raptors right now and just stand here. Because then you are on his raptors, right? Ready to take them, and you're closer to Velkos.
Yeah.
Right? It's 2 things. But instead you go defensive pathing. Lee Sin is top, you know this because he took Herald and he showed. Tom is here, so there's nobody that can kill you if you go here, right?
Yes.
If you're afraid of them spotting you, they've already spotted Nautilus if there's a ward there. Make sense? So it's better here again, just to go and start taking their raptors while waiting, and then if there you see a potential to go on Velkos, you go on him. But now you just sit here waiting, not taking their raptors, and then you come from a worse angle. Right? Imagine you were on their raptors. You'd be on raptors right now. You could queue over the wall right now.
Yeah.
Right? It'd be a lot easier to get close. And then you get Heartflame. But they've never played Shaco or what? What did they want you to do there? Like, yeah, your pathing was bad, but
I think because I waited in the brush too long. That was my.
Yeah, but the issue more is just your pathing, because the angle you come from there is wrong.
Yeah.
You're not punishing this Lee Sin enough. Like this Lee Sin, right? So, 1 sec. So this is like your map, the orange, right?
Yeah.
And then this is Lee Sin's map, right? This is how he's been playing this game. But you are not punishing the fact that he's only playing like this. Imagine you're the top laner on your team. How bad don't you feel? Every CS or wave you're trying to go for, there's a Lee Sin queue coming and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
But Lee Sin is not getting punished. You're not trying to get vision in his jungle. You're not trying to take his camps. You're not trying to path more aggressively because you're allowed to, because Lee Sin isn't there and you know he isn't there. And that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is that you know Lee Sin isn't there. So there's no risk. You're not potentially face checking him. You're not flipping a coin. We know he is topside, and yet you're scared of entering his bot side. Good sweeper. Nice. I think here, like, right now, I'm pretty sure you could puff like this and it'd be fine.
Okay.
I think if you get here,
like that's the what reached the area, and maybe warded.
I mean, it could be warded like here, sure. It's just again of the angle. I don't think that you will ever, from here, and the Nautilus is here. I don't think you'd ever reach them, unless Nautilus smurfs it. Like this now only works if they like land hook on the Senna, because now he'll probably just eat. Yeah. You might kill a Tom Kench still. There you go. See, Nautilus smurfed it. Like here, I think if you came from the angle I said, you'd still kill them, but just better.
Mm-hmm.
And now your champ is Fuck my life, this champ. Here again, this is something you do a lot as well. I think you did it in the game against me. Like right now, what are you trying to achieve? Can you solo kill the Vel'Koz here?
No.
No. So you have 1.7k gold, right? Your teammates are bot lane. Just let the Vel'Koz get the fucking plate.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to do? Right? Again, this is the best time to recall. Enemy laners are dead. There's no way your teammates die now in bot lane. Right?
Yes.
So if you don't want to recall now, the only thing you should ever do is jungle camps from Lee Sin. If your option is not to recall now. That's the only other thing you should do. You should never try to go mid here. What are you gonna do mid? It's like if you had ulti, right, and Tom Kench wasn't here, sure, you could try. Right, but what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, wasting time.
Yeah, look, it's this really, really shit, and you can't afford to do this as Shaco. Because every jungle camp, every decision you do has to be perfect to get challenger with this champion. Because you fall off like a motherfucker unless you get really fed. Right, so this you could have spent getting a kill worth of gold in Lee Sin's jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be back on the map now with items, right? So it's either you get tempo, right?
Yeah.
Or you get more gold. Both decisions are good. They're good for different things, right? If you feel like there's something that's going to happen on the map soon, you should recall and buy items and come back on map stronger. Mm-hmm. If you think that the map is going to be dead for like 30 seconds plus, then you can afford to take his jungle.
Yeah.
Because remember, he is going to take your top side most of this game. So if he's going to be able to take his bot side, your top side, and his jungle and camp top lane, you're going to fall behind real quick.
Yes.
And if you fall behind real quick and he buys the full build, which is Ninja Tabis, you're doomed. And there you press tab for first time in 10 minutes, so let's see what's happening this game. Alright, so we have Ninja Tabis happening on this guy. This guy has Seekers. This guy is gonna get Frozen Heart and Rod of Ages, right? So you're never killing this Ryze. So this game, it's so important. You play it quick, and perfect. Because nobody will beat Ryze inside and later on. This guy will have Rod of Ages and Frozen Heart. Right? Probably a Liandry's and Rylai's in there as well. Maybe he'll even get Sonya's. So nobody will be able to beat him. Lee Sin will just ignore you and laugh at you. Right?
Yeah.
So it becomes a race. Ryze will outskill everyone except maybe Cassiopeia, but right now he's their solo laner and this is a 2v2, so she's always going to be behind EXP, so he'll outskill her as well. Vel'Koz will get to scale as well, so you guys are going to get hard outscaled. So you cannot make all these mistakes where you're just running around wasting time. And you're hoping for things to happen when there's no reality that it does happen. Right? There's no world where you kill Vel'Koz there in mid lane. There's just no way. Because he's full HP, taking plate, and you're low mana, and you're level behind, and you have no ult. Right? So there's no fucking way you kill him. Yet you're trying. even worse, you're trying when there's no need to.
Mm-hmm.
Try hard, please, guys. Need win, says. I think everybody wants to win, but okay.
And this gave us the boost. Now we win.
But see, you always do this. It's so cringe. Look now. Look, you want to go top or take jungle camps, and then Nautilus pings help mid, and you just insta listen. Like, why can't you look and... Oh, but you're such a smurfer. Look, you do mechanic. Look. Look,
What's
Twitch
that?
chat. Look, he does mechanic here. He does... He recalls and then moves to get Q back up. Look, you're so smart. Look, your mechanics.
Yes.
Instead of just
1k
running...
IQ.
Yeah. Look. But you do it so late though. But
And I wanted to be sure that he doesn't see me from the.
But you're so smart. You're fucking mechanics, dude. You're fucking mechanics. This Vel'Koz is really bad. Like, he should never run topside here. But yeah, why does he ping you, by the way? What the fuck? But like here, like why can the Nautilus see this and you can't? Right? That's the issue here. Because it's good call from Nautilus. But there will be games here where Nautilus doesn't realize this is the call, and then he comes top as well, and then you both just sit there and jerk each other off. Right? You should realize this. You should be the one to realize this. Now, how do we realize this? It's really easy to realize. So, how do we do it?
Watch the map.
Yeah, well, we watch the map, but what about the map lets us know that this is a high possibility?
That we can kill Vel'Koz, or...
Yeah, that Vel'Koz is vulnerable here. What does Vel'Koz need to do? Right? He needs to farm, right? Okay, so there was a wave for him to farm, and he farmed it, and then now there's a new wave.
Yeah.
Right? You could know this already, like here. Already now, when you see this mid wave, you can see a new wave is coming, right? And Vel'Koz, it hasn't showed yet, like when you should be making this. Like now you should be telling yourself, okay, do I want to stay top or do I want to go mid? Right? As an assassin, it's important to learn how to gank through waves. Because you're basically hoping that you can catch people when they are alone, right? So carries will usually go for waves, regardless if they're alone or not. So here, you should quickly look at Tahm Kench to see what the fuck's happening top. Do I need to stay top? If not, look mid. And that's what you should be already seeing. Like right now, do I have to continue being top? Look at Tahm Kench. Look at Tom. Why are you looking at yourself here, right? And then now, go mid. Because you should realize I don't need to be top.
Yeah.
And then you should be the one spamming Vel'Koz because you understand he has to overextend. Because there's a wave. He can't just now go and stand here because there is like 20% chance that Shaco and Nautilus comes. He has to farm the wave. He just has to. That's how the game works. He can't now just sit here every time that there's a wave because potentially you guys could come. Right? That's not how the game works as a carry. So you should already be here queuing over, because you should already know this decision before Nautilus decides it. It should be you pinging Nautilus to go.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
Because this Vel'Koz isn't a Kiana. There's never a world where this Vel'Koz now gets Moby boost and runs from base to top. Right? If it was a Kiana mid lane, she could do that. Vel'Koz can't. He's way too slow and his roams are not very good. You and Nautilus really dislike each other.
Yeah, I don't know why.
He pings you for fucking everything. KS, KS, KS. Ah, close. Ah, but how broken is Futures Market, huh?
Yeah, it's very broken. Like, ever since you started to tell me that I should use it, I've been winning way more games. I don't know why I use Alacrity and the other.
I mean, it makes no sense to go Alacrity as a fucking jungler. Like, it is stacked when the game's over. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Just get Futures Market and get items that you're not meant to have.
I wanted to ping him there, but he survived.
Yeah, I saw it. It's good you didn't. But when they ping that it's warded, right? Why don't you just sweep? Like, you should already be sweeping when you decide to go here. Like, right now, just sweep. And start sweeping. I don't know why you stand there for 10 seconds and then decide to sweep, you know?
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, Sana ulted, right? And she had vision for a short period of time. And I don't want the Ryze to know that I'm trying to gank him, so I just stand still and wait.
Okay. This Vel'Koz is a really big flipper. He walks around your jungle thinking he's allowed to do that. As a fucking Vel'Koz. Good movement. Nice. Okay, clone, go, clone. Halo Blaze, boat, clone, go. Halo Blaze is balanced.
That's the only thing that makes Shaco viable.
Yeah, I know, I love it. Ooh. Ah, nice. Okay, do we punish Lee? No, we don't. When you're ahead like this, you can take this Herald whenever you want, by the way. Like, I would go for Herald now if it's like 13 minutes, you know, and plates are about to run out, and I can get plates. But there's never a world where they can start Herald. So I would just go take his jungle, and then go take Herald some other time. Nice. He posts his fucking YouTube. Who the fuck links YouTube? Is there anything else on this game that you want to watch? Because I think now it's pretty much fucking over.
I think...
Is there a reason why you don't just ult here after the first auto attack? Like now, why don't you ult now?
I don't know, to maybe dodge something.
Yeah, but you don't, like, there's nothing right here. Like, if I'm you here, my goal is to just kill her and get the fuck out. I don't want to stand here long enough to even have to dodge something, you know?
Yeah.
Because if I can have the choice to kill her before somebody can do something that I need to dodge, then I'd always take that instead of being slow to kill her and then having the risk of getting hit by something I should be dodging. Make sense? Because it's never worth it there when you're this ahead to trade 1 for 1. Like, if I'm Senna there, I'm happy I die. Like, look, they just got 800 gold from killing you. Right? You have to be careful. When you are so ahead, now that bounties are a thing, you have to be so careful about dying. Because now, Ryze just got 800 gold. And Ryze is their win condition. Right? The only way the enemy team wins this game is if Ryze becomes a monster and he starts split pushing and winning the game for this team.
Yeah.
Do you win the game now if you kill Senna?
No.
No, you don't. Right? So it's really, really big coin flip to go for this. Especially not ulting. Right? Because this is never worth it. They just got 800 gold for killing you, and you killing Senna there does nothing. You guys are never gonna end the game there. Right? Even if you ace them, you don't end the game there. You only get mid-turret and inhib. Meanwhile, if they kill you guys, they actually get a huge comeback.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes.
So it's super bad. So, like, first of all, you shouldn't even go in there at all. You should only go in there if they go on your team and you think you can... and you think you can turn it around. Then you should go in. But you shouldn't engage onto them there.
Yeah.
Fucking cringe build, by the way. Triforce.
Yeah, I stopped.
Fucking cringe. I don't know why you would get Triforce there over BF sword. What?
Like,
but
it just feels good
shit.
playing with Triforce.
But
it just feels good.
Yeah, of course I can build Triforce on Victor and it'll feel good when it's completed. It's the most expensive item in the game for a reason, but you have a Sheen now. How useless is this? Let's see you get Sheen. Ah, but you hid the damage. I want to see. Please use E. Ah, but... do you have the other game that you wanted to watch, by the way?
I need to find it real quick. I need to.
Because this game now is pretty much all about just trying to get objectives and end the game. And the way you do that is you pick people off when it's necessary. And you just stay alive and not give them the bounties.
It's the game where I played with Reckless, I think.
Sure. Yup, what I said happened. Rice is stomping
Yeah,
side lane.
I think that's right. His name is Spencer Raid. So
Yeah,
Okay, what is-
Reckless name is Spencer Raid.
can I send it with the yeah?
Did you send it?
Yep.
Oh my god, they played 6 mid poggers.
Ziggs is so strong. Man.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
know.
if it's just you.
Yeah, it's fucking strong. I know. It's really strong, champ. 6 is fucking strong. Why do you think I'm spamming 6? It's just so fun, champ.
I don't know.
Nice, you're playing with actual good players. You're against Yonkos as well.
But like I already know this was gonna be like every time I have those high elo lobbies, I always think to myself, yeah, I'm gonna struggle.
Yeah, like I think, like here, right? Like, you have a Ornn top lane, right? Like again, you are versus Yonkos, right?
Mhm.
Probably the best jungler in fucking Europe, right?
Mhm.
They have Pantheon level 1. They have all the tools to fuck you over.
Yeah.
Right? So, why would you start bot lane when your AD carry is Reckless, the guy that can carry you easily,
Mhm.
and the worst lane you have is the Ornn against the Pantheon? Right? You have a Sig Severe this game.
Like the plan is to clear bot and gank bot lane instantly.
Yeah, but you can clear top and gank bot instantly. Whilst not fucking yourself over.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I think so. In that, when I played that game, I thought that the blue start is so bad and so unhealthy
Why?
because when I tried the blue start, I started machete, but I didn't know I should always start with talisman, even if I started blue.
Yeah, on Olaf you would start machete, but on this champ, I think talisman is just always better.
Yeah.
Well, luckily for you, your team is ace them level 1 and Jankos is not invading you for some reason, so I guess Jankos was a bit drunk this game. Because he really should have. Do they die this game? Do you remember? Let's see. Do the Raptors die from the tick? Oh,
Yes, they die.
poggers. Are you sure?
But now they always die somehow.
Are you sure it's only like, is it only your blue side they get fucked, or I mean only red
Like it's
side?
more it's more consistent on red side.
Because
I feel
the red side game you played, right? Like the last game, they
Yeah.
fucking lived. Now your blue side
Yeah.
they died. I don't know.
but it's still random. I don't really know
So
why.
strange.
That's how.
Yeah,
But
it's
with my
really
current
strange.
placements, when I'm blue sides, it always works.
Okay.
Like mostly.
We are paying Daddy Reckless a visit here. It's pushing towards the enemy though.
Yeah,
But
that's
if-
what I'm.
Yeah, if Bard can smurf it, it'll work. But yeah, that's what I hate with this clear. Because now if this doesn't work, right? It's really awkward. Oh, that's a beautiful Q.
Yeah, I shouldn't have. I should have gone.
You see how fucking useless this was now? Because now
Yeah.
you're never gonna be bot side again. You know what I mean? Because now all your camps bot side is gone, you're gonna end up being top side, and then Lee Sin should be bot side and you're top side. And that's not what you want. So now you just end up jerking around and doing nothing. See?
So the plan is, like, I was thinking, like, I could go top lane now, or mid lane.
Yeah, and then your Severe is laning 2v3 for 1 minute. Which is not good. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Good job. It's really good. Because, like, sure, you can say Lee is bot, right? And then they can know that, but it still sucks for them. Like, their lane is still fucked, just, like, leaving them like this. And that's why now...
By the way, is this...
Hmm?
Is this player, this Pantheon player, is that a pro player or something?
No, it's a guy I've coached, actually. He is, like, semi-pro. He plays in Arabian League. So he's not bad. But yeah, like Lee Sin will just be permanently around bot now and mid. And then you can't do anything. And that's why like your weak side is top lane this game. That's what you need to understand. Your weak side is the Ornn versus the Pantheon. So it makes no sense to not clear your weak side part of the map first. And then just play around what can actually carry you. Reckless on Severe.
Like I'm always so desperate at doing something early because I'm under the... Like, I'm always pressuring myself because if I don't do shit early game, it's lost.
Yeah, but you can. You can do it bot side. Right? Lee Sin starts red, paths to bot. You start blue, starts paths to bot. And you do things bot side. But you're trying to do it top side. Right? You played 2 minutes now almost. In top side of the map. Right? Meanwhile, bot is getting like perma ganked and stuff. And they're in the perma pressure of being against the Lee Sin. Meanwhile, you have no way to help them. So even if Lee Sin ganks, you can't counter. But if you started topside this game, you would be able to.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sure, you want to do things early as Shaco. Of course, I get that. That's fine. But the way you do it is so inefficient. Because there's like very rarely going to be anything for you to do top. And even if you make something happen top, it's not going to do anything. Like, okay, you helped the Ornn. Okay, so what? If your Severe is getting fucked in bot lane, is it worth it? No, it's not, right? You see this counter gank? This could have happened like 2 minutes ago if you started top side.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna do that really flip path, like Raptors, Red, Krogs bot, at least do it when you have like really much setup in bot lane. Like a Pantheon support, Blitzcrank, Nautilus, Fresh, not a fucking Bard Severe, right?
Yeah.
And also in a game like this, when you have really good players as well, you should be more thinking about how to make it so that you're not super behind and how they can actually play the game. You know? Because you have a Sig Severe Ornn. There is no way that you guys lose late game.
Yeah.
If your players have hands. So it's not a game where you need to snowball as Shaco. It's a game where you need to make sure you're not getting hard fucked. And you make sure that your teammates aren't getting fucked. Because as long as they're doing fine, they don't need to be ahead. As long as they're doing fine, they can stall the game and then carry later on.
Yeah.
But now you are really fucking useless. You got some free kills, sure. But your teammates, right, if they weren't reckless, would have died a lot in bot lane. And your only possibilities, like you see, is like playing around top. And that sucks really fucking hard in a game like this. Because now you're sitting here 30 CS, right, at 7 minutes. And you have spent very little time around the lane you actually have to play for. Your red is gone. Okay, never mind. They just warded it. This is warded. There's no way it isn't. You should be pinging for help here. Because it's really obvious. You see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, again, you need to start making some calls. Like, now, you see them both just leaving your red. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, ping Bard now and ping help here. And make him come. And then if he doesn't come, go take Krugs instead. While keeping an eye on your red. You know?
Yeah.
Because remember what we were talking about last game, how you did Grump instead of blue when Lee Sin was around? That was a good call.
Yeah.
But now in Fury, Lee Sin could keep fighting you because your laners didn't have prio, see? And good
Yeah,
players
this
will
was
do
stupid.
this. See? It's fucking Jankos. Right? He's a good player. And he will punish. Because it's a mistake, you get punished. And as Shaco, you cannot do this. Make sense? And now you're fuming. You're like, oh fuck, Jankos is so fucking good, man. Fuck.
No, I'm just clueless. Like I think in that moment I had no clue what to do.
Yeah, I mean, the play was you do Krugs if you're not going to make your Bard cover you. If Bard comes to cover, you can take red. If not, you take Krugs and wait for Bard to come. Unless you know Lee Sin can't come. I like that you're not doing much mid though. Like, it would be really a waste of time. It's a Sig Syndra lane. Like, just let the Sigs Q the wave and leave him alone. But again, same thing as last game. Look here. Right, enemy bot lane, they're now gonna crash this wave, right? Look, when you see a wave like this, where is Sivir now gonna play in the next 30 seconds?
On the turret?
Yeah. So wouldn't it be better now when you have all camps topside, just take topside, recall for like Dirk, and then play fully for bot again?
Yep.
Because it makes no sense now to go here, because now the only time you can kill him bot now is if they try to dive the Sivir instantly. Right? This would make sense to do if you see Lee Sin coming down, or Panfin or something. But right now you have no clue. Ezreal could just recall right now if you wanted to. And you just sit here wasting time. So now when Sivir actually could be overextended, you're going to end up being topside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sure, there is a world there where they maybe dive the Sivir as two people. But the chance of that happening is so much lower than the chance of Sivir dying actually now. Make sense? Or in 20 seconds. And that's the play you want to go for. Because it's the higher chance. Because now your top side should be gone. You should be finished clearing your top now. Agree? Yeah. Now you should be walking to bot. And that would be much better. Because the chance of Sivir dying now or getting ganked now is so much higher. And you also use your futures market on the Dirk doing this instead of doing what I said. Yeah. Right? And remember, it costs you 50 gold doing futures market.
At this point, I've accepted I'm useless and I'm just trying my best to not feed.
Yeah, I mean, you're good at not feeding, but you're not good at making yourself not useless. And you're not good at playing to what your laners need. You see? Sivir is overextended, right? It's not rocket science, right? I could tell you she has to be overextended. I told you that here, right? A minute ago. Like right now, I told you Sivir will be overextended now the next minute and 2 minutes, maybe possibly 2. Right? For 1 minute at least, she'll have to be overextended now. In like 20 seconds. So it makes no sense to gank for her now, instead of now clearing your top side, recall, and then just play for bot. Right? It's not rocket science. The wave will bounce back into Sivir now. I mean, into Ezreal. So Sivir will have to be overextended.
Yeah.
Right? Or at least be in the middle of the lane. That's just how the game works. So forcing yourself now to be topside really sucks. Because now you should be bot. Now is when you're bot lane covering. So that if Lee Sin ganks, you kill him. If Bard lands ult, you kill them. Right? If Syndra roams, you kill them. But now you're just sitting here praying. You're praying for them to live the gank and your only option is ganking top. Make sense?
Yes.
So if your AD carry isn't reckless now, he might be fighting the pike and then he dies. No, the wolf, no! You're fuming. I bet you're so mad. I bet you are so mad. Fuck, I love it. You're so mad. Oh. Oh. Yeah. What's up, little bitch? Oh shit, you're gonna go for Yankos. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Munka is. He could have just fought you there, by the way, because Bard blew ulti. So this was really a troll. And you don't want to... Like, is there a way where you kill him here?
Yeah, I saw like my mid lane and...
No, but you have... Stuff. No, yeah, but they don't want to have to come for you here. Look, they're fighting, right? Use F keys right now. Right, look. Okay, they just killed. Right, Bard just used ult. You're not gonna kill Lee Sin now. Look, they just want to go far mid. Your laners don't want to have to deal with your bullshit here. So just don't risk Lee Sin jumping on you. Because if Lee Sin jumps on you and then Sivir comes and he ward jumps away, Sivir and everyone wastes time. Right? Here you do another mistake. So here you're trying to cover the Sivir for threats that are not possible. Panfin and Syndra are dead. Pyke is bot. Why? And Lee Sin is top. Why are you covering Sivir here on this wave instead of doing wolves? It's like being a parent, you know? You know, your parents, right? They have to take care of you, right? But they also need to take care of themselves, right? So when the baby is asleep or something, or being taken care of by a babysitter, they can go vacation or do something, right? Now you have to go take wolves because your support is being taken care of by the fact that these guys are dead, these guys are bot, and Lee Sin is here. You do not need to cover Sivir. You can spend that time doing wolves. Make sense?
Yes.
And sure, that might just seem like 90, 100 gold, right? But this adds up because you do this so much during the game. Make sense?
Yes.
Because the play should be wolves into helping Sivir, if she stays. Not just helping her now for threats that are not possible. Now wolves should be like dead, and now you should be walking to Sivir, because you see that she overextends. And if she recalls, you can take jungle camps and recall too. Right, see, now there's a potential threat. Covering now is good. Covering the 20 seconds earlier is useless. Make sense?
Yes.
Guys. That backstab. Poggers. I fucking hate it when you just attack a ward like this, right?
Yeah.
And it procs the dragon. Like when I'm clearing Baron Vision, right, as Shaco, and I clearing a fucking pink and I get like lose all my HP from fucking Baron hitting me.
Yeah, that's the worst.
It's so fucking annoying. Right, so right now, Daddy Reckless is coming back to mid lane, or okay, it's coming to bot lane, right? So you have to think, well, do I need to cover her here on this wave? Probably not. Panfin is mid, right? Panfin is mid, enemy team just died, Reckless should be fine. Yeah, Lee Sin's top, you don't need to help him here.
Yes.
But if you see Panfin pathing bot lane, like now you should go bot after these Raptors. Like now you should go straight bot. See, but you don't know. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you realize now, but you should realize without this ping. You see Bard pings, and then you look map. And again, that's the issue. You should know this. You should see, okay, what's happening on the map? Ornn is top. I don't give a fuck about Ornn, right? Who gives a fuck? Bot wave is now going to push into us, okay? Six is farming mid, so Sivir should go bot to farm. Alright, we don't need to cover her yet, because it's not possible that she dies right now. But now, after these Raptors, you will see, if Panfin goes topside now, you can go topside too. because there's still nothing that can kill Severe. But now, when you see Panther moving down, you should be moving as well.
Yep.
You realize a bit late, so now you're like a couple seconds behind in the rotation, and it seems like you only realized because you looked at the map after the ping. Reckless backs off, which is good by him, but he continues staying, so now you should stay there too. Because you can bait, right? Like, he can just bait and then you're there. Pike was moving down as well. See, so now you're just running around clueless. You see what I mean? With being clueless. Because the map in a game like this, right? It's basically like this, right? Again, the same drawing as before, just that this time, this is your map basically now, and then this is Lee Sin's.
Yeah.
And that's good for you because the Lee is playing for a fucking Ornn, right? But you see, you're fucking late. Right? Because you're just jerking off.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Because, like, this Ornn can die 10 times. It does not fucking matter, you know? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
If you have Reckless being fed on Severe, and the enemy has a fed Pantheon, you should always be happy. Because this Ornn can be 0-10 and just buff everybody's items and be a good frontline no matter how behind he is. Ooh. Ooh. Ah, he turned. That's so unlucky.
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't be, like, that was a small chance that he died.
I mean,
but...
he wouldn't die, but it just sucks to that he fucking turned. It's fucking annoying. Good. You trolled her. Look. Like, people are stupid, right? People don't always look at the map, right? So right here, when you have your teammates, right? Like, you should just stand still now. Like, stand still like here, at max sweep range. I'm pretty sure Ornn hitting the ward does not spot you then. Right? Of course, if they're smart, they realize Shaco's standing here sweeping because you're the only one that could sweep. Because Bard is here.
Yeah.
But that requires them to think more, right? If they have it so easy that they can see you, because you're hitting the ward, right? Then that's stupid. And it's also good to let your teammates get the gold, because you get gold anyways, because you're the one sweeping. So there you just show yourself for no reason. Just a small thing. Bard could kill Syndra there, but he's a pussy. Like, this ult is 10 seconds too late. Like, imagine if Syndra got knocked up in this position, right?
Yeah.
Instead of where she did. But you, again, it's about you calling, because you should see Syndra's inting here. Like right there, Syndra's inting, because her teammates are under tower. So you should be pinging Ornn. Maybe he realizes. Because he's so late there. Sig somehow dies. Don't know how you can die on Sigs. Shouldn't be possible. Look at Janko, see? Like, he pushes his advantage. You see this? He does not let you play the game for free. Right? And here, you should just surrender it. Right? You could ask yourself, what's more worth, my life or red buff? Daddy Reckless is in base. Sigs is top farming. It is fine to give this red. Just go take Raptors. Right? Go take Raptors. Go clear your jungle, recall, come back on the map. This red buff does not win you the game.
Like, it was confident I could just jump away, but I didn't see the...
Yeah, but there you are, shutdown. See, 600 gold. Plus, actually, he got 900 or something because his ulti. Right? So now, Reckless is running around without his mummy. And also because you didn't farm camps before you recall here, you had to use your Futures Market for a pickaxe. So now you lost another 50 gold. Right? So, all these things adds up. Make sense?
Yep.
I will stop